One of my favorite summer fruits is peaches. My mom would always make a peach cobbler as long as she could find fresh peaches. I also love a cheesecake, and I thought it would be a good idea to combine both the peaches and the cheesecake and come up with this. It's a peach cobbler cheesecake. Stick around, I'll show you how it's made. Most everyone has their favorite way of making a peach cobbler with their own combination of spices. Some of the traditional flavors that you'll find are cinnamon and nutmeg. But if you roast the peaches just a little bit before you bake them, you get this caramel flavor that comes along for the ride. Roasted peaches can be enjoyed on other things such as ice cream topping or even just as a dessert on its own. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you would click on the like button and also subscribe to this channel. Click on the little bell to get a notification when I post a new video. This recipe has a bit of a cheat on the crust. Instead of using a traditional graham cracker crust, I'll be using a store-bought puff pastry crust, and you can usually find these in your frozen foods section in the market. First, we'll start off with the crumble, which is optional, but I wouldn't skip it because it actually gives an extra crunchy texture to the cheesecake. In a medium-sized bowl, combine all of the ingredients and using 2 forks or a pastry cutter, smash the cold butter into the dry ingredients until it ends up looking like wet sand. Place this in the fridge until you're ready to use it. For the crust, take out the sheet of puff pastry, follow the instructions on the packaging to thaw out the pastry sheet. Line a bottom of a 9-inch springform pan with parchment paper. Spray the sides and the paper with a baking spray. Using a couple of sheets of tin foil, layer it to wrap around the baking pan, as this will help to keep the water from getting inside the baking pan. Gently unfold the pastry sheet onto a lightly floured work surface. Roll out the dough to about 15 inches round. Keep the dough moving. Use a little flour if it starts to stick to the work surface or the rolling pin. You can use the baking pan to gauge the size you'll need. Lift the pastry using the rolling pin and place it into the baking pan. Gently press the pastry into place. If you have excess, just fold it over the top. Place the baking pan in the fridge until you're ready to use it. For the roasted peaches, you can make this a day or two ahead of time. Preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. Slice the peaches, remove and discard the stones. Place the slices in a large bowl and add the melted butter, brown sugar, cinnamon and nutmeg, and then toss to combine. Spoon out the peaches using a slotted spoon onto a baking pan lined with parchment paper. Laying the peaches in a single layer. Bake for about 15 minutes. Remove from the oven and allow it to cool completely. If you're making this ahead of time, go ahead and put it in a sealed container and store it in the fridge until you're ready to use it. For the batter, measure out all of your ingredients before you get started. In a large bowl using an electric mixer or a stand mixer, soften the cream cheese with the sugar, the vanilla, and mix until smooth. Add in the sour cream and cornstarch. Mix only until combined. Next, scramble up the eggs before adding it to the mixture. This helps to keep from overmixing. On a low speed, mix only to combine. It will look like it won't come together, but keep going, it will come together. Once there are no more visible eggs, stop mixing. Pour about half of the mixture into the baking pan. Spoon in a layer of roasted peaches. Pour in the remaining half of the cheesecake mixture. Place the baking pan in a large roasting pan and then pour in hot water until it reaches about halfway up the side of the cheesecake pan. Gently slide the roasting pan into the oven, careful not to spill any water. Bake for 1 hour. Pull the roasting pan out of the oven and spoon on another layer of the roasted peaches. Sprinkle with a generous amount of the crumble you made earlier. Carefully place the roasting pan back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Turn off the oven and using a wooden spoon to prop open the door, allow the oven to cool with the cheesecake inside for 1 hour. After 1 hour, pull out the roasting pan from the oven and place the cheesecake on a cooling rack for about 30 minutes. Place the cheesecake while still in the baking pan on a plate and put it in the fridge, uncovered for about 4 hours, but preferably overnight, to allow the cheesecake to firm up completely. Remove the cheesecake from the baking pan and place it on your serving plate. I love how this turned out. It's cool and rich and perfect for those summer months. If you make this, please leave me a comment below. Let me know how it turned out. My turn. Yeah, it's everything and more with those roasted peaches and that slight crumble on top. It's perfect. Thanks for watching. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. So good.